Hello, Los Animas County Fair fans. This is Brad on the Saddle Rock Sports Network. We are here about to start the goat show in a few minutes. We'll have a dairy goat, and then we'll have showmanship, and then the market goat classes. So we're going to kick things off by giving some credit where credit is due to some of our sponsors who make these broadcasts possible. So let's hear from Born Pretty Jewelry, and then we'll be back here in the show ring.
Born Pretty Jewelry Company is owned and operated by J.C. Sumter. J.C. established Born Pretty in 2021 and began selling handcrafted Native American-made jewelry, mostly turquoise and sterling silver, through her online store. Since then, Born Pretty jewelry pieces have made their way to 35 states. J.C. sources all of her jewelry from reservations in New Mexico and Arizona and guarantees authenticity. Contact Born Pretty Jewelry or shop online at bornprettyjewelry.shop to find your next authentic piece.
Welcome back, folks. That was J.C. Sumter and Born Pretty Jewelry. J.C. is going to have a booth here at the county fair on sale day. That's Saturday. So if you happen to come and for any of the many events of the county fair and over in the Expo Pavilion, you can I'm not sure, is it called the Pavilion? Mm-hmm. Or is this the Expo Pavilion?
This is the Expo Pavilion. Is she going to be set up in
the enclosed barn across the way?
Right. I'm not exactly sure what they call it.
Hello.
The new building. The newer.
And welcome
Here we go. I hear the voice
Los
of
Animas
Kim
County
Peters.
Fair Goat Show. We're going
About
to
to
get started
kick off
in
the
just
show
a couple
itself.
of minutes. I just want to make a couple of announcements first. The first is we love kids getting to have fun and ride their bikes, but if you would have a conversation with your littles who have bikes to make sure that if they're riding
and we
maybe
got a
behind
couple
the
of
barns and they
announcements
come
about
to the
bicycles and
road, that
riders.
they look
It's
before
kind of fun watching the
they
little
enter the
biker
road.
gangs, as I like to call them, Brody.
There was
Oh, yeah.
It seemes to be
not a lot of
a
looking
fun
earlier,
thing
so maybe
every
just
year.
have that conversation with your kiddos.
Kids out in the middle of the country
Second,
get to bring in their
the ultrasound
bikes and
contest
play on the
for
pavement.
those who are
Yep, this is
interested
the
in
most
entering.
pavement
It
they've
is
probably
not
seen all
mandatory.
summer.
But for those interested,
But it's a
it's
whole lot of
happening
fun.
tomorrow morning at 10:30, and it will happen in the barns. CSU Meet Science will have their ultrasound machines here.
All right, while these announcements are taking
The
place,
only
let's hear
thing
from
is
another
they
one of our
need to
sponsors.
Go one after another.
Andreatta Well Service designs, builds, services, and repairs well and water systems throughout southern Colorado. We provide well drilling, well rehabilitation, water pump systems, agricultural irrigation pipelines, septic systems, road construction, and general excavation services. As fifth-generation Walsenburg small business owners, we pride ourselves on being an active part of the local community. Good luck to all the student athletes competing today.
I should turn it down. Should turn it down there if we want
We
to
are
do
now
that.
going to
Or
get
we
the
could turn it
show
down
on the
here.
road.
All right, folks, you got a little inside baseball there as Brody and I are discussing audio levels. It's kind of fun. Technically, what we got to do here, getting sound from the PA booth, sound from our headsets, and you'll hear a little bit of sounds from the crowd. It's a building crowd. The GOAT Show here at the Los Animas County Fair the last couple of years is gained momentum.
Today we're going to be starting
yes.
with our dairy goat
It's been a lot of fun to see. There's
our one
goats are
entry
by
in
far
this
the
is Mrs.
most
Skylar Winter.
common animal in the show barn.
This is showmanship.
Yes, very much so, and there's not even a close second place.
No, but it's a lot of fun.
Speaking of the GOAT Show getting started, here's Skylar Winter. She is our sole exhibitor of a dairy goat this year. So she is going to compete in showmanship and obviously in the dairy goat competition. Whether or not she shows it 2 times in the ring, once for showmanship and once for her market breeding class, remains to be seen. We'll enjoy it either way, Brody.
Absolutely. It's always fun having competitors that bring in dairy goats. It's an easy way to get yourself a belt buckle because they do give out buckles for the.
What a good way to start off the goat show here today. Got a high quality showman, just a single entry, makes good eye contact, has very good control for animal, gives me all the good views. She'll be your grand champion showman today.
And our judge not wasting any time, shaking the hand of Skylar Winter, did great job as a dairy showman.
Skylar Winter will be your grand champion junior dairy showman. Today, the buckle was donated by KCRT Radio. If you are here and would like to present the buckle, you are more than welcome.
As you heard, that buckle was sponsored by KCRT Radio. One of the neat things we talked about during the Sheep Show is how many folks sponsor various elements of this Los Animas County Fair, between the buckles, between financial support of, all the different things that have to happen here at the fair. Our sponsors here on the broadcast, Brody's probably particularly fond of them. They help pay our student broadcasters. Saddle Rock Sports is a student broadcasting adventure. We employ high school, junior high, and college students. Brody getting ready to begin his junior year at DU here in about a month. How's that going to shape up for you, Brody?
I think it's going to be really good. We're moving off campus, so we're trying to figure out how to live as bachelors in Denver, so it's going to be a whole lot of fun. But no, it's kind of fun being here and commentating shows. I've been down and I enjoy commentating the football games and the basketball games just because it's stuff that I know slightly more about. But having been removed from showing for several years myself, I have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. But it's fun to be here and at least talk about these kids that have put a lot of work into their animals and be here to put together something they can watch back later. And, for all the family that can't be here today and just kind of enjoy the fair experience.
It's a bold-bodied, easy-fleshing female, ultra high quality, and has a chance to compete against any other dairy grow today. She'll be your grand champion.
Skylar Winters.
Your grand
Dairy
champion
goat
dairy dough goes
gets to be
Skylar
grand
Winter.
champion. It's a double
Today,
buckle
the buckle
day
was
if you
donated by the Yoder Family
come
Farms.
and bring in a class of one, end up in a class of one, contest of one. But even though it's one of one, you still got to put in the time. You got to put in the effort. And Skylar has obviously done a good job putting in time with this goat. It's well behaved. She's doing a good job. I also appreciate our judge today taking time to really compliment each showman. And even here in a contest of one, took time to give good reasons about this goat. And now we are going to proceed on to
Next,
our
we're going to be having our senior goat
classes.
showmanship. Needing to be in line
Now,
is
this is
Destiny
gonna be
Archuleta,
senior
Michael Archuleta, Alec
goat
Baca,
showmanship.
Connor McGraw, Sorrel Mosman, Hope Vernier, Holly Ward, Alexis Winford, Brooklyn Winford, Cooper Winter, Ty Wilson, and Brayley Foster.
So we're going to have a
Needing to get
whole
ready for
pile
the
of
intermediate
showmen.
meat goat showmanship is Mariah McGraw, Riggin Mosman, Charlie Waite, Jolie Ward, Katie Ward, Chase Winter,
I enjoy
and
these,
Coy
Brody. It's
Foster.
always fun to watch these senior showmen. This is where you get to show your skills and the time and effort you put in, regardless of the composition of your animal. How attentive are you to the judge? How good do you do a job of showcasing your animal's strengths and maybe hiding your animal's weaknesses? Lots of showmen. We're not going to try to name each of those. You heard each of those, and they were not necessarily announced in the order in which they came into the ring. These senior showmen pretty much are all high school students.
Just a reminder for all exhibitors at this year's fair, the paperwork to be able to sell your animal if you are planning to do that on Saturday is located in the Expo Center on a picnic table. Also, after the show or when you are leaving the ring, please do not forget to take your official show picture with the blue curtain.
Here we see the judge picking out some of his selected showmen. Now, we don't know. Every judge does it a little bit differently. He is either picking out his top showman, whoever he feels is doing a good job, or he's picking out the low people, or people lower on his list, excuse me. But it's always unique to see what a judge looks for in a showman, and there's quite a few people in young showmen in this class, and so it's interesting to see what qualities he may be looking for. And this is absolutely not related to how they're showing their goats, but 4 or 5 of the 6 people that he's moved from the right side to the left side all have blue shirts. So that very well could be part of his choice.
Maybe that's a signal to showmen for their market classes later. Go back, if you have a blue shirt, go ahead and put one on. Now, this is always interesting in the senior showmanship class. It's basically high school students. You may have some that have been shown for a few years, some that are freshmen, some that are seniors.
These few kids out back to the deal. They just had a few. They couldn't maintain eye contact. Didn't have control of their animal the whole time. Let's give them a round of applause while they go back to the pins.
So it looks like those right here on your right side of the screen making their exit. Some of the more showmen that just didn't quite have what that judge was looking for today, Brody. And here we've got 6 showmen still in the ring. Left to right on your screen. Right to left, we have Hope Vernier, Sarl Mosman, Lexi Winford, Holly Ward, Cooper Winter, and I don't know the young man on the very end. That's all right. Our mystery showman. I know a fair number of these kids because they are from the Branson-Kim area, some of them. But again, these are showmen and exhibitors from all over Los Animas County.
Needing to be lining up for the intermediate meat goat showmanship is Mariah McGraw, Regan Mosman, Charlie Waite, Jolie Ward, Katie Ward, Chase Winter, and Coy Foster.
All right, thanks to 2 of our fair commissioners. Our mystery showman, that's Ty Wilson down on the far end. Dan Doherty and Aaron Comden, 2 of our superintendents. Members of the fair board helping out with a little last-minute information. If you're watching along, that's Brody Doherty's excellent camera work.
You know what I find fun about the showmanship classes is the way that all these excellent showmen try to... Oh, never mind.
Our judge has seen Hope quite a bit already in the sheep contest. He pulls Hope Vernier first, Holly Ward, Lexi Winford, Sarl Mosman. And then Ty Wilson and Cooper Winter. Again, if this is the way we see this judge operate today, he may have placed his top 4. It's really fun watching all these competitors here today. Very focused. Really putting on a show.
Very, very hard class of showmen here. Very impressive. I'd love for them to come to my house and show anything I got. These 4 on the right side for me are going to be the top 4. Very hard, very hard. They always know where I'm at. They always have their goat set up all the positions. These two, they kind of just lose control of their goat. I understand his is very small, very young, very hard to control. Y'all do a great job. Y'all do great. They just do a little bit more,
Judge taking his
champion
time.
showman. She's right here in the middle. She does a great job.
It's going to be Holly Ward winning
Always in
senior
control.
goat
Always
showmanship
giving
today.
reviews. Always has intensity in her face. And always keeps contact. She does a great job. And it gets really, really close for reserve showman. Really close. We're gonna do one more lap. You can just go over here.
And Judge has not made his decision for the reserve champion senior showman. Wanting them to take an additional lap. Wants to watch them show one more time, set up one more time. This is Hope Vernier, Lexi Winford, and Sarl Mosman vying for that second place spot here. Holly Ward and the other championship showman will advance to the round robin competition Saturday morning. We'll have that for you live here on the Saddle Rock Sports Network. We'll have multiple cameras going at the same time. It's always a lot of fun from a production standpoint and watching all the competitors compete with all the different species of market animals. The judge circling the competitors, watching their attentiveness. Hope Vernier won the sheep showmanship
Reserve
earlier
champion showman's
today.
going to be the girl in the middle.
And Lexi Winford gets reserve senior
To me, she just always has
showmanship.
control, and there's no doubt that she's always making eye contact, always giving us the views. Now, don't get me wrong, you're way more intense, have way more eye contact, but sometimes he's over-pushing, he's over-correcting himself, kind of gives me a bad view of the animal. He just smile a lot. That's nothing bad. That's nothing bad. I love people when they smile. Congratulations. You always have control. You always give me the views. You always give me the right techniques. Thank y'all.
All right, and there's your senior showmanship group is now done. Holly Winford comes. Holly Winford. Please
Our
combine
grand
those two
champion,
showmen.
senior market
Holly
goat
Ward.
showman is Miss Holly Ward. Our reserve grand champion, senior goat showman is Lexi Winford.
Holly coming
The
away
sponsors
with
of
the blue
those were
ribbon
Harold
and
and Peg Irwin.
the buckle. Now we'll have our intermediate showman, kids more in the junior high range.
Correction, it was
As
actually
we're
Dale
getting
and
ready for
Samantha
them,
Yoakum
I would
who
like to
sponsored the
just
senior goat
talk to you
showmanship.
briefly about one of our newest sponsors, Trinidad Greenhouses and Floral. Located right here in Trinidad, they have a wide variety of fresh potted plants, seedlings,
Next, we have our intermediate
beautiful
meat goat showmanship
produce
class.
to put into your
Mariah
garden
McGraw,
or to decorate
Regan
your home with
Mosman,
some beautiful flowers.
Charlie
They also
Waite,
do a wide
Jolie
variety
Ward,
of vase
Katie
bouquets
Ward,
and
Chase
corsages.
Winter, and Coy Foster.
Here come the
Needing
intermediate
to be
showmen
lining up for the
entering the
junior
ring. Thank
market
you,
goat
Trinidad
showmanship
Greenhouses.
is Skylar Winter and Braxton DeVolen. We will also have Lexi Malaspini.
I've often thought it's interesting, you know, as back in the day, you know, as a guy that I showed a fair number of sheep and cattle, never showed goats.
If Dale
but I
and
often
Samantha
wondered,
Yoakum
okay,
are
there's
here
a
and would like
difference
to present the
between sheep and
award
goats,
that they
although they're
sponsored for our
roughly the
intermediate
same
showmanship,
size
please
and
come
body
forward.
mass. goat showmen allowed to use a halter or neck chain, whereas sheep showmen are expected to do it au natural. It's just kind of interesting. Yeah, goats tend to be a little more rambunctious. Maybe that's the word.
Yeah, especially when I don't know if the horns have anything to do with it, but if they get their head moving, they're likely to poke you in the hand or in the arm. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I'd want to keep my hands away from that.
Looks like our judge may have pulled off his top 3 already. On the left side of the arena, we'll see Jolie Ward, Coy Foster, and Chase Winter. There's your top 3 right on the screen. Again, appreciate the way this judge is taking time with each showman, talking to him, asking questions. I remember when I used to do this back in the day, and then sometimes those showmanship judges would ask you some pretty technical questions about your animal, especially in the senior showmanship range when you got up there as a junior, senior in high school, and you really had to know your animal. I'll admit they stumped me a couple of times and probably cost me a place or 2. Charlie Waite gets her animal pulled back over to the left side of the arena. Folks, as the camera pans back and forth, you'll also notice a young woman with a camera in the ring. That's Mackenzie Riddle. She is a student at West Texas State University, and she is a budding photographer. She is one of the photographers here kind of on staff for the county fair this year, and she also does a really neat job with other custom photography projects. If you need a photographer for your business or your personal hobby that you really want some great shots of, look up Mackenzie Riddle on Facebook and you won't be disappointed. Tell you what, Brody, if folks want to come on out to the county fair, the food smells pretty good.
It does, and it's right around lunchtime, so maybe if we got a break between classes, I might run over and grab some to eat.
Absolutely. So if you happen to stop out here, folks, we got 1 or 2 food trucks out with some delicious smelling goods. Looks like our judge is going to circle them up one more time. Here's Sarl Riggin Mosman and Katie Ward. Just come right in front of your screen there. Yeah, one of the differences that when I'm just sitting here and watching and observing, might not be able to see on your screen because we can't bring you the whole ring at the same time, is the top 4 that the judge picked out. Those goats are just a little bit better behaved than the ones that didn't quite make that top 4 cut. But again, sometimes even if you have a goat or an animal that doesn't quite behave 100% right, it still showcases your ability as a showman to kind of correct that and deal with that. So it's not necessarily a bad thing if your goat's not 100% doing exactly what you want it to do. Because this judge is watching you and how you perform. And all these intermediate showmen seem to be doing a pretty exemplary job up to this point.
You know what I like about goat showmanship especially, and you saw this a lot with the seniors, is how people really try to present their goat the best they can. And a lot of that is just like moving so the judge can always have the best picture. But it looks a little bit like you're dancing around your goat sometimes when he's coming up to you, or he moves to the other side of your goat and you got to quickly pivot around so that the judge can see the goat in the best he can. So, I don't know. It's a fun observation.
All right, the judge has pulled out the microphone. Let's see who he decides to ultimately pick. Looks like Coy Foster and Jolie Ward might be your top two here in this intermediate showmanship class.
It is hard to say, though. We know that this judge likes to mix it up. He'll separate maybe the groups who he thinks is best, and then, but you never know. He doesn't put them exactly in the order that he likes. I like his he takes his time with things.
Katie Ward has also been selected. Sitting up there in the top three on the right side. Chase Winter, Charlie Waite. All right, let's see if he's made a determination. Looks like our judge is still thinking about things.
Very, very good set of showmen here, and there's no doubt. There's a top four of them that all offer different types of showmanship opportunities. And what stands out the most is the girl in the pink. She always has the best. She always has them. Good grief! Always has them looking the best from the side. Always has them pushed. Always giving you the great views. And there's no doubt she's a good showman. She always smiles. A little bad, but that's okay. Need to be more intense when you look coming into the ring. But answered all the questions correctly. Very good showman. She'll be your grand champion showman today.
So grand champion goes to Jolie Ward.
She'll be joining her sister Holly in the round robin contest on Saturday morning. In that contest, seniors compete against seniors, intermediate for intermediate, and junior against junior. So it's a age-specific competition. Maybe to pick that number 2 spot. Now our judge is testing some head knowledge there, Brody.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, my reserve champion will be the one and number 1, this young man here. Answered all the questions very correctly, and like I said, always gives me the great views, always has them in the correct stance, always moves when I come around, always gives me the best views to be reserve.
Coy Foster, going to be your reserve champion in the intermediate market goat showmanship class. Oh, picking number 3. He wants another look. Katie Ward, followed by Chase Winter, Charlie Waite. A couple of showmen that, apologize, I'm not familiar with. Here comes Regan Mosman into screen.
Your third overall showman will be the young lady in the blue here. The only reason it gets him over the young man here in 4 is she answers the questions correctly. She always has the goat brace, always gives me the best views. And unfortunately, you answered the question wrong. I'm going to say what you said. He said that his goat is 5 years old and weighs 57 pounds. But other than that, he did great for how young that goat actually is. He actually listens. He has control of him and gives me the good views. He'll be your 4th.
Well, that was fun. So he did go to the head knowledge to determine 3rd and 4th place. Katie Ward's going to be in 3rd place. Chase Winter in 4th with one of the funnier answers.
Intermediate meat
I hope
goat
that came through. I'm
showmanship.
pretty sure it
4th
came through good on the audio,
Chase
but
Winter,
said that
3rd
Chase
place,
said that he had a
Katie
5-year-old
Ward, 2nd
animal
place,
and it only weighed 57
Coy
pounds.
Foster,
So he
and
was
your
way
grand
wrong on
champion,
both of those
intermediate
numbers.
Meat goat showmanship goes to Joe Lee.
But it's a lot
Ward.
of fun. I mean, you're in the ring, and I'm sure you get a little bit
sponsors
nervous,
for
but
our
that's okay. I'm sure
showmanship
Chase may
prizes
get
are
a
Dale
little
and
bit of
Samantha
business from his
Yoakum.
buddies about
If you would
that,
like to
but
come forward to present those, please let us know.
Yeah, it might
a
be a
good show.
5-year-old smaller animal. You never know.
Needing to
It's
be
hard to
lining
say.
up for junior meat goat showmanship is Skylar Winter and Braxton
All right,
DeVolen.
as we get ready for the junior showmanship, want to shout out another one of our sponsors, Representative Ty Winter, running for Colorado House 47. He is a fighter for the district. We appreciate his campaign sponsorship of our broadcasts here of the Los
Following our
Angeles County
junior
Fair.
meat goat showmanship, we will have the open class. Registered for
Here
that
we have our
is
junior
Lincoln
meat goat
DeVolen,
showman.
Emberly
We got
Compton,
Skylar Winter and
Rayleigh Malaspini,
Braxton
Spur Robbins, Trigger
Foster.
Robbins,
Foster. There
Branch
we go. Thank you so
Cambarelli,
much.
Archer Menegatti, and Evelyn Squires.
Just these 2 young junior showmen. I've already seen Skylar once this afternoon with her dairy goat. We'll see what our judge likes to do. He's done. He likes to move through these smaller classes a little bit quicker, but I gotta appreciate him for his brevity. Still giving these showmen their due, though, taking time to ask them questions and.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all tuning in, joining us on this fine Thursday morning. If you're enjoying this video, we would appreciate you scroll down a little bit, hit that like button, and if you haven't already done so, go ahead and give us a subscribe. That kind of helps our channel grow. And again, you'll see more of what we do as fall kicks up. We're going to be doing a whole lot of sports broadcasting. We'll be doing volleyball and football broadcasts for the Branson Kim Bearcat football team, the Kim Branson Mustang volleyball team. We're also branching out for the 2nd year in a row doing Honey football. We'll also have some Honey volleyball for you this year. And a new thing that's is 95% there is we'll be bringing some Des Moines volleyball action to you this fall. So our crews are growing, always bringing more student-powered broadcasting to you here in the Southern Colorado region. Let's see which showman's going to get the nod from our judge today.
Very, very hard class here, showman here. And it's not very often a young man's going to win it for me today. He offers more control with his goat when set into motion, keeps eye contact. He doesn't give me all the looks like the young lady does here in 2nd. But, man, that's a great showman that has great control over his goat. Don't get me wrong, you're doing a great job. You keep eye contact, but Your goat kind of wants to fight you every once in a while. That's why I like you second.
That's going to be a champion showmanship for Braxton Foster and reserve.
Your
goes to
junior
Skylar
meat goat
Winter.
grand champion showman is Braxton DeVolin.
Braxton DeVolin.
Braxton
See,
DeVolin.
that
Oh,
was
we
what
did
was
get the
getting me.
last
Junior
name
meat
wrong.
showman is
See,
Skylar Winter.
I thought it was DeVolin, but
Today's backpack was
I just
sponsored
said
by
nothing, so I
Harold
guess
and
it's my
Peggy Irwin. If you would like to come forward,
And here's
to
Mark
present
and
that,
Cindy
please let
Henry.
me know.
To present the championship.
My
Looks like a
mistake,
really
it's
cool
Mark and Cindy
backpack. How
Henry.
cool is that?
that's pretty slick. I think most of the showmanship winners have gotten a backpack like that.
As they're presenting that, let's go ahead and they are one of our broadcast sponsors as well. Let's hear about CynMar Land and Lawn Care. CynMar Land and Lawn Care provides proven and professional solutions for residential, commercial, industrial, governmental, and agricultural companies located in Colorado and Kansas. We provide top-notch services at affordable prices. You'll get skilled, trained technicians, not kids' day laborers or unskilled spare-timers. We also offer total weed control for alleys, driveways, fence lines, and more, plus noxious weed control. Give us a call today at 719-680-2651 or visit CynMarLandCare.com. So if we're doing
Massive thank you to Mark and Cindy Henry for stepping up and helping sponsor the awards here and also our broadcast. They're very cool members of the community that want to make sure
Coming
that
into our
broadcasting
open
and 4-H
class,
keeps happening.
we have
Super duper
Lincoln
cool.
DeVolin, Emberly Comden, Rayleigh Malaspini, Spur Robbins, Trigger Robbins, Branch Tamborelli, Archer Menegatti, Evelyn Squires, Clara Vernier, Reed Minsig, and if your name was not called, you can still go.
All right, get out the cameras and get ready for the cute factor to go way up, folks. It's the open class. Our Clover Buds, our youngest little future exhibitors. You know, some of those are just 1 year away from being a exhibitor. We see some solo kids in there. We also see some that are helped out by some of our more experienced showmen. Wow. Tell you what, with showmen like this, Brody, the future of our livestock show looks pretty good.
Oh, yes.
We still got a few more coming in the ring.
Oh, I moved the camera a little bit too early.
This might be our biggest class of this entire fair here, Brody.
I might have to agree with you there, Mr. Brad. They're running out of room along the fence. Because it's basically just like walking your dog, except if your dog had horns and hooves and an attitude. And we see some of these young showmen have just altogether abandoned the leash that they're meant to be pulling.
Yeah,
but
their older helpers tend to do about 98.4% of the showing, but 100% of the cute is from the open showman young competitors.
oh yes.
Couple of last additions, last minute entries. I see a niece of mine more concerned about the sawdust in her shoes than the than the actual animal that her buddy is holding for her. I bet we're getting some. This would be in the mic'd up segment right here.
Oh,
Hear
yes.
what the little guys are saying.
But you know, goats are about the perfect size for open class shows, because you can walk in with them with some help, and it's not strenuous for whoever's actually leading the goat. Having this size of kids on, like maybe showing beef, might be a little bit too much.
Well, you got the bucket calf competition, you know.
Oh,
where
that's
there's-
right.
Sometimes there's a pretty big cute factor there as well. Speaking of beef, we will have the beef show later on tonight. That kicks off at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, we've got our 3 shows today, isn't that right, Mr. Brad? We had sheep this morning, and we've got goats happening right now. Beef later tonight. If you happen to come out to the county fair, the dog show will be happening. I think that starts at noon, or maybe that's already started. But the dog show is also happening today. We won't be covering that one, unfortunately. But if you make it out to the fairgrounds, you could catch that.
You know, it's something that maybe we can plan for and be ready for in the coming years. You know, the dog show is a really neat thing to watch and see what these kids have put in their time to training their dogs. And one of our sponsors, Pawsitive K9 Solutions, that's their specialty, is in their business, is dog trading based in Swink, Colorado. You can schedule a training session or multiple, as many as you might need, to work with your fur-covered family member.
There you go.
And they're offering a new service, which is online dog training sessions. How cool is that? So in addition to dog training, they do a lot of work with other dogs that might be having trouble in the adoption foster care system. They'll bring in dogs that have some behavioral issues, and they will rehab those dogs and help them find their forever homes. They've placed, I believe, 64 of those kind of recovery rehab dogs thus far in just a few short years. So they're really doing some neat stuff there at Pawsitive K9 Solutions.
That's pretty awesome. The judge doing some intense deliberating over this unofficial non-placement class. But it's just so much fun to have him walk around the ring.
Yeah, this is kind of fun. I don't know if he's really picking the top or just having them all walk around again. I've never seen them really give placings in these little kid classes before.
No, they'll do participation awards, and I think some years they'll get
like ice cream coupons and stuff.
Yep, that's the one. So, but no, there's no official awards or actual prizes for this. It's all fun.
Pretty cute watching the crowd as well. We have some pretty involved mamarazzi sections. Everybody getting the memories down.
Oh, naturally. Seeing this little young man in the red shirt battle that goat is absolutely awesome.
As we get ready for the upcoming market show contests, we have 8 classes, folks. Count them, 8 classes of market goats. Again, we'll have all of those. And I believe the plan at the moment is to dive right into those market contests after this open show is concluded.
Yep, and then we'll likely still have a breeding section afterwards, I think.
Yes, we do have some breeding goats.
Just to let everyone know, the Red Rocks 4-H Club is selling concessions. They will be in the back corner toward the expo barn and against the wall. If you are hungry and you are looking to support a local 4-H club, you should go check them out. We also have the Expo Center open for all the Exhibit Day projects on display. These are projects that both livestock and non-livestock members can submit that aren't showing animals, and we encourage you guys all to go check those out and support all of those kids. We have some really good projects this year.
And here we see how these junior showmen are shaking out.
Wow, we caught that on camera. Jolie
Okay,
Ward
finally
saving the
have made a decision.
day.
This is the hardest
Well,
decision
Emberly
by
Comden.
far. Gosh. Everybody, if I'm not mistaken, gets something. So that's a good thing. But my champion showman is right here in the maroon by himself. So come this way for me, please.
All right, this young
By far,
man
he answered all the questions.
showing his own
He
animal.
has definitely control over his goat.
Gonna win
He
the
gets
class.
embraced, he gets
There
the
we go,
reviews.
Mr. Brad.
He's by far one of the better ones out here. Now, don't get me wrong. Everybody out here did a great job, answered all the questions, but he stood out just a hair more. Everybody give him a big round of applause. Okay, this is where it gets the toughest part for me. Young man right here in the first position will be your reserve champion showman. He did a great job showing his goat. He braces him, he gives me some views, and he makes eye contact, and he looks mad all the time.
All right, looks like this junior showman,
Good job, buddy.
assisted by Cooper Winter, is going to get second place today.
Third place.
Oh, we're picking out a third place even.
Oh, boy.
We might go all the way 3 through 17 here, Brody. You never
boy.
know. I don't think that's going to happen.
That's almost a golf score we're talking right there.
Your third overall will be a young man here in the blue. Answered all the questions, gave me all the eye contact, and he braces his goat very well. Congratulations.
Oh, and that would be Lincoln DeVolin getting third place today, assisted by Emma Amato.
Fourth place, the young lady right here in the polka dot shirt, I'm assuming.
Young Miss Mosman.
It's kind of scared me a little bit. Very good job showing her that. Congratulations. Fifth would be her. Congratulations. You did a good job.
Very fun, and I think that'll about do it for our open class. Next up, we'll have our market classes.
All right, as they make their way out, let's hear from one of our network-level sponsors, LARCC Trucking.
If you have something to haul. A family-owned trucking business since 2021, LARCC is named after the owner's children, their motivation to create a successful future. LARCC is ready to help you haul your hay, cattle, gravel, or equipment anywhere in southwestern United States. LARCC also buys and sells hay. Give them a call today at 970-274-0826 and get ready to haul.
Congratulations to all of our Cloverbud showmanship in the open class. We will now be starting the Market Goat Show. Class 1 is Jason Martinez, Ty Wilson, and Chase Winter. Needing to be lining up for Class 2 is Brooklyn Winter, Kira Bell Terry, Skylar Winter, and Cooper Winter.
All right, folks, here we go. Class 1 of our Market Duck competition.
Did you say market duck?
I said market duck, didn't I?
You sure did.
If you kind of put the camera over here, the reason was had a cute little nephew come up with a little rubber ducky asking me questions just then. So rubber ducky in the face, and don't. That cute nephew's thinking all of our knobs and buttons here in the booth are pretty cool here, Brody.
Oh yes. No, it's all fun. Here comes Class 1.
All right, folks, we got Kason Martinez, Ty Wilson, and Chase Winter. This is the lightweights. Chase wasn't kidding when he said his goat only weighed 57 pounds, but that's not a 5-year-old goat, I promise you that.
Ethan Taylor from Wichita Falls, Texas. He judged on the national championship team at Clarendon College and currently attends Sam Houston State. He runs a show pig operation of about 20 sows, and he really enjoys playing golf. And we are so thankful to have him here today. Thank you, Mr. Ethan.
Big shout out to Elise Comden for bringing us some lunch. Yay!
Yes, sir. There is a concession stand set up right behind where we are sitting, so those fumes are absolutely deadly as they waft into our noses.
So if you hear or don't hear from Brody or I for a time being, it's probably because we are enjoying that cheeseburger.
What a great way to start off the Market Goat Show here today. And this one in verse, he just comes out with so much shape. Over his rack and loin, he's ultra robust and cracked open to the center part of his body. He's stepping behind him. He's ultra dimensional weather that offers a lot of shape to his flare and stifle down low. He wins it for me, and I think it gets close. He's get on top of him. They're both kind of flat in their forerib and flank. But to me, from this side, the one here and two just offers more an attractive look. He's more balanced out of his hip and hock. Don't get me wrong, because you step in behind the one here and three, he offers more shape and width up high. But unfortunately, from this side, he just doesn't bounce up as well for me. I like him third.
So judge places these goats 1, 2, and 3, just as they lined up in the ring. So Chase Winter with the first place. Second place goes to Ty Wilson, and third place to Kason Martinez. Chase Winter's class-winning goat had 5 pounds on the other two.
For Class 1, in third place we have Kason Martinez. Second place is Ty Wilson, and your Class 1 winner is Chase Winter. For Class 2, we need Brooklyn Winner, Kirabel Terry, Skylar Winner, and Cooper Winner. Lining up for Class 3 needs to be Jody Stodhill, Jada Moulter, Torrin San Roman, Hope Vernier, and Braxton DeVolin with 2434 and 2435.
Class of 4 goats next up. 5 pounds separating the lightest from the heaviest, and here we go from right to left on your screen. We have Brooklyn Winter, Kira Bell, Skylar Winter, and Cooper Winter.
Folks, we'll have that changed on your screen here momentarily. Just takes a minute to get that done. And as you're looking at them on screen, folks, it goes left, heaviest to lightest, left to right. It's like Skylar's goat gets pulled first. Last minute swap by the judge there. He might swap them again. You never know.
I'm going to start the class off with a young man here in the blue. That one's ultra stout. That one's stout featured. That's a stout skulled weather that's got a lot of shape and freshness over his rack and loin. You know, and step in behind him. That's the widest gauge. Oh, slightly weather in the class. He wins it for me. And after that, I think it gets a nickel close, but you got to stick with the fundamentals of carcass merit. Over the top side of her skeleton, she reads with more shape and dimension up high. It's a bolder body weather. Offers more shape from behind. Don't get me wrong, because this one's ultra good in his own right. Offers an attractive look. Kind of gets dry up in his flank. It's a good one to go with third. This one on the handle, she's ultra raw. Was rack and loin. Not much shape up high. Just want to add some more power and some punch to her or to him to get him, move him up in the class. Thank you.
All right, that'll be Cooper Winter at the top of the class, followed by Skylar. Skylar Winter, then Brooklyn Winter, and then Kyra Bell. Kira, maybe.
In Class 2, your fourth place is Kira Belteri. Third, Brooklyn Winter. Second, Skylar Winter. And your Class 2 winner is Cooper Winter. Coming in for
Sorry,
Class
folks.
3,
Fourth place is Kira
we have Jody
Beltieri, but
Stodgill,
her full
Jada
name is not
Moulter,
printed on the sheet that we've been
Torrin
given.
San Roman, Hope Rainier, and Braxton DeVolin. Needing to be lining up for Class 4 is Phoenix San Roman, Jesse Stodgill, Jolie Ward, Brooklyn Winter, and Braylee Foster.
Class 3 on screen now. All these animals weighing between 68 and 72 pounds. Going from heavy to light, left to right on your screen. Both of those two heavy ones on the far left actually owned by Braxton DeVolin. Emma Amato helped him show that one.
After that, we've got Hope Veneer, Torrance San Roman, Giada Mulcher, and Jody Stodgill. There we go. I'm sorry if I mispronounced those names.
Do you need some water? You need some? Do you have some?
All right.
Our judge still making his precursory looks here. Hasn't pulled anybody out.
Yeah, Emma Mato's been fighting that goat for several minutes. Here comes the first few selections is Hope Rainier, and that is Torrance San Roman. I've had their goats separated from the pack.
Again, just a reminder for all of our showmen today to not forget to go take your fair picture, your official one with the blue curtain.
There's a top duo in this class, and I think it comes to the top very easy for me. We're going to start off with the young ladies, whether here to win. That one's so stout. That one's powerful. That one's dense and offers a lot of shape and freshness up high. It's got to win it for me. Good job. The 1 and 2, that one's just an awesome meat animal in terms of shape. Up over her rack and loin, progresses to a stout big pin set. She's ultra robust in the center part of her body. She'll go 2 for me. And the 1 and 3, that one's got some shape and some width up high over his rack and loin. But for me, you step in behind him. Kind of wants to taper down to his pin set. Just gets a little long from the profile for me today. I like him 3rd. 1 and 4th here. She's a little raw in terms of condition over his rack. Kind of gets a little, offers more width and shape to her lower leg and stifle. And it needs to be more robust in the center part of her body. The 1 and 5th, she's just ultra raw over her rack and loin. Kind of gets a nickel flat when you step in behind her. The 1 and 4th just needs more condition, more time on feed when you get on top of them.
There we go, and there's your results for Class 3. As Hope Vernier takes first place, second place goes
In
to
Class 3,
Torrance
in
San
4th
Roman.
place is Braxton DeVolin. In 3rd place is Braxton DeVolin. 2nd place is Torrance San Roman. And 1st place is Hope Vernier. Coming in for Class 4, we need Phoenix San Roman, Jesse Stodgehill, Jolie Ward, Brooklyn Winter, and Braylee Foster. Needing to be lining up for Class 5 is Sorrel Mosman, Cooper Winter, Mariah McGraw, and Holly Ward.
As our next class, this is Class 4 coming in. Right now, you'll see Phoenix San Roman, followed by Jesse Stodgehill, Brooklyn Winter, Jolie Ward, and Braylee Foster. All of these lambs weighing between 74 and 79 pounds. Going heavy to light from left to right. I like how that works, Brody.
Oh, yep, no, you are correct.
Yeah, that's how they've lined up the last couple of times. That's the order they always come in. Light to heavy upon entry.
There we go, makes sense.
First 2 on the right, 74, 74, 77, 78, and 79-pound lambs. From right to left there.
You know, I hate to correct you, but these are goats.
Goats, not lambs.
I didn't catch on the first one because I was like, oh, no, I would make that mistake too, but no, these are definitely goats.
As long as I don't call them turtles, I think we're all right.
That's fair. You did call them ducks once already.
I did call them ducks. This is only our first day of broadcasting the fair. See how we do tomorrow afternoon.
Once we get to the chicken and rabbit show, I think we'll just be gone at that point.
Judge is pulling Jolie Ward and Braylee Foster as your potential top 2, but we've seen them flip-flop occasionally. Braylee and Jolie both have the 2 heaviest in the class at 79 here closest to the screen, and then close to the camera rather, and then 78 pounds. Phoenix and Jesse. The lighter ones in the class kind of end up on the tail end of this one. Oftentimes, bigger is better.
I mean, if you're trying to judge based, these are market goats, so you're looking for muscle and meat, so heavy isn't a bad thing in that scenario.
Judge wanting a side look here, has not totally made his decision yet.
There's a top trio of weathers in here that surface up rather quick from my mind. I got to start with the most complete, most balanced female in the pink to win. That one is from the side, is the most balanced, the most attractive, and honestly setting the motion. He's the most relaxed in his top line and offers some width and shape over his rack and loin. The 1 and 2, that's the powerhouse. That's the heaviest muscle. It's not his feature weather in the set, but it's from the side. I gotta get on him. He just doesn't balance up. Kind of gets round out of his hip when you set him in the motion. Gets up in his spine. Just like to make him more comfortable the way you set him in the motion. And when he braces him right there. The 1 and 3. That one has the most meat animal shape of anything in the class. Offers a lot of width from behind, a lot of shape up high. Ultra robust to the center part of his body. That's a fella feature. Whether gets a little weak in his top line, just like to straighten him up there to move him up any further. The 1 and 4, got some shape, got some width. This doesn't offer the show ring appearance that I want today. A really good one to go in 4th. The 1 and 5th, that's a good animal. Just needs some more shape up high to go up in the class. Thank y'all.
And that'll do it for Class 4. So first place goes to Joey Ward. Second place to Braley Foster. Third is Brooklyn Winter. Fourth was Phoenix San Roman. And fifth is Jesse Stodge.
For Class 4, your fifth place is Jesse Stodgehill. Fourth place goes to Phoenix San Roman. Third to Brooklyn Winter. Second to Braley Foster. And your Class 4 winner is Joey Ward. Entering the ring now is Class 5 with Sorrel Mosman, Cooper Winter, Mariah McGraw, and Holly Ward. Class 6 should be getting ready. Allegra Gutierrez, Alexis Malaspini,
All right, folks, you'll
Sorrel
see several.
Mosman,
Our
Hope
next
Vernier,
class, we should have
Alec
4
Baca.
goats, not lambs, not turtles, not ducks. Entering the ring, we have Sorrel Mosman, Cooper Winter, Holly Ward, and Mariah McGraw. These goats weighing in between 80 and 86 pounds. Pretty much heavy to light. Sorrel's coming in at 80 pounds. Cooper's at 83. Mariah is at 85, and Holly is at 86.
You know, I don't know if this has any bearing on how goat judging actually works, but I think it's interesting how, like, you really want them to stretch out. And, like, when you're trying to get your goat set up, you want to stretch them out, see how long their body is, see how stretched their muscles are. It's different than, like, human bodybuilding competitions where everyone's flexing and, like, getting all I don't know if that matters at all, where you're, like, if it's stretching or I don't know how this works, but it's cool that you show them doing a good job of showing off their goat.
Well, it could be a multitude of things, and they're kind of different trains of thought in terms of how you show your animal and what you want to showcase on your animal. If you have an animal that is naturally long and muscular, you might want to showcase that. If it's not as muscular, you may not want to stretch it out quite as much. You don't want to overstretch it. And if you've got something that just looks like the goat version of Arnold Schwarzenegger, well, then you just kind of step back and let the judge just say, oh, my goodness.
Fair enough.
And again, I'm just kind of making this stuff up as I go.
I mean, as am I. I don't know how this is supposed to work.
I wouldn't say I'm making it up. I'd say a lot of this is educated observations, maybe. Maybe that's a good way to say it. Got Sarl Mosman and Holly Ward here on screen. Looks like the top end of this class.
I mean, it's something with those blue shirts, let me tell you.
Judge one more profile walk here. You know, folks, if you got a chance to head on down to the fairgrounds today, I'd recommend it. The weather is beautiful. There's a gentle light breeze. It's probably about 78, 79 degrees out here. Here watching the show, I'd say there's probably a good 200 spectators.
There's a top duo that surfaced up for me. I'll just describe them individually, and then I'll give you a placing. I'll talk about the one in the front. That one from the side. That one's super attractive, ultra balanced. Set him in the motion. He's ultra loose when he's in and out of his hip and hock, and you get on top of him. He's got enough width and shape to play today. There's no doubt. The darker headed weather that's standing right behind it, that's the pure powerhouse. That one's got a lot of shape and width over his rack and loin. That's the fresh handling weather. Offers most width and dimension from behind. Yeah, he looks ultra robust through the center part of his body. I actually think that's his physical feel. You set him in the motion. He kind of gets a little round and steep off of his hip and hock. He's pushed out in his chest. Kind of throws off his balance. That's why I'll start with the woman or the girl in the front to win the class. I got you in second. The bottom duo here, I think it's close, but I think
I believe that's Holly Ward going to take in top spot. Earning the spot in the grand drive.
It's got more shape to the upper part of his rib cage. Don't get me
taking
wrong.
second in this class.
That offers a lot of
Cooper
shape
Winter
and
in
some
third.
width, but it's from the side.
And Mariah
He wants to
McGraw
travel
in
downhill,
fourth.
get up in his spine just ever so slightly. So I'll leap him fourth. Thank y'all.
In Class 5, your fourth place goes to Mariah McGraw, third to Cooper Winter, second to Sarl Mosman, and your class winner was Holly Ward. Entering the ring now is Class 6, Allegra Gutierrez, Alexis Malaspini, Sarl Mosman, Hope Vernier, and Alec Baca. Class 7 should be getting ready. Alec Baca, Paisley San Roman, Destiny Archuleta, Michael Archuleta, Connor McGraw, Hope Vernier, and Katie Ward.
So this class is a 5-goat class. We're just missing one of Sarl's. She showed in the last class, so she is going to have to make a quick change to come on out here. I'm surprised that these four are out at the moment. It's all right.
Judge going to go ahead and get to work on these four. Here comes Sarl Mosman. What are our weights here thus far, Brody?
Weights for this class. So once again, I believe it's not quite aligned to weight, but we've got on the far right side, Hope Renier's goat is 89 pounds, and then Allegra Gutierrez has 87. Alec Baca sitting at 91 pounds. And then Alexis Malaspini at 87 and Sarl Mosman at 89. So 4-pound difference between the heaviest and the lightest in this class. And some rather misbehaved goats at some points, but makes the show all that much more fun to watch.
A little spry.
Oh, yes. Although, yeah, goat showing isn't necessarily a spectator sport. It's maybe not a sport for spectators, but it's still fun to watch. Sorrel Mosman's goat already been pulled off from the rest of the pack.
Allegra's goat wants to go dancing. Allegra's goat says, I'm flexing. Look at me. Look at me.
For any of our curious viewers, this is class 6 of 8 of our market goats.
You know, we said it earlier in the broadcast, but the goat show has become the most popular show in terms of number of entries here at the Los Animas County Fair. You know, obviously, goats not needing as much requirements in terms of space or facilities like you would a larger steer, or maybe some of the temperature controlled things you might need for a hog. So I think showing goats is kind of an easier entry point for many families, a lot more economically viable, and it still, you know, affords many of the same wonderful benefits that you see in these showmanship, these 4-H projects. A lot of training, a lot of great responsibilities, a lot of good skills learned. And plus, you take them home, you get a lawnmower.
Very true. Or garbage disposal,
Or
depending
garbage
on
disposal.
your need. Yeah, of all the things that our family's done in 4-H, we never did goats or lambs. We showed steers and we did chickens and we raised pigs on the side, but we never showed pigs. But we've never really dabbled in goat. But
Judge appears to have pulled Sarl Mosman's off as the top of the class, looking between Hope and Vernier and Alec Baca for the potential 2 and 3 spots, if I'm reading the judge right.
You know, at first glance, I thought it was a top trio of goats that surface up, but I'm just going to describe these front two, and then I'll make my decision after. This one right here in the front, that's a powerhouse. She's super easy fleshing, robust in the center part of her body. It's got the most width and shape and freshness over her rack and loin. But for me, it's kind of from the side. She kind of gets unbalanced, a little bit longer in the mid part of her body. And when you set her into motion, she kind of gets a little steep and round out of her hip and hock. Like to stouten that one up in terms of feature of bone at the base of the ground. The one in here and two, that one's ultra fresh and good in terms of a condition. It's got a lot of shape and width over his rack and loin. Handles quite nicely. You step in behind him, it's got a lot of punch and power and motion. That one's super elite in terms of flexibility off of his hip and hock. Looks really attractive from the side. That's why I got to start that one to win. And the young lady here in the first will be your second place winner.
So placings for this class,
The one
Hope
here in
Vernier is
third.
going to take
This one's
first,
ultra
Sorrel
smooth
Mosman in second.
In terms of his pattern, upper
I
some
believe
shape
that's
and
going to
some
be
width from
Alec
behind.
Baca
He's got
in
some
third.
condition over his rack and loin.
And then
Kinda
Allegra
pushing the edge
Gutierrez
in terms
in
of
fourth,
being
and
too
fifth
much
is
condition for
going to
me.
be
I like
Alexis
that one in
Malsby.
third. One here in fourth kind of gets round and up in his spine when set in the motion. Just like to stouten that one up at the ground. Add more punch in behind his shoulder. The one here in fifth. She's just too light in terms of condition. I need to add more shape and punch. The top side of her skeleton need to offer more width and dimension from behind.
All right, so your class placings there. Hope Vernier in first. That gives her 2 animals in the championship drive coming up here in just a little while. Second place going to be Sorrel Mosman. Third place,
In
Alec
class 6,
Baca.
in
Fourth
fifth
place,
Alexis
Allegra
Malaspini.
Gutierrez.
Fourth place,
Fifth
Allegra
place, Alexis
Gutierrez.
Malaspini.
Third place, Alec Baca. Second place, Hope Vernier. And your Class 6 winner is Sorrel Mosman. Coming in with Class 7, we have Alec Baca, Paisley San Roman, Destiny Archuleta, Michael Archuleta, Connor McGraw, Hope Vernier, and Katie Ward. Lining up for Class 8 is Coy Foster, Lexi Malaspini, Lexi Winford, Regan Mosman, and Charlie Witt.
Large class here at Class 7 with 7 goats in the ring at the moment.
Correction in that last class, first place was Hope Vernier and second place was Sorrel Mosman. Also, please remember afterward.
All right,
before
ladies
you
and
put your
gents,
goat away,
Class
to go
7,
take
this
your
is our
official picture with
biggest
the blue curtain.
class of goats of the day. We're getting into the bigger ones here.
And I believe I was incorrect. There are 9 total classes that we've got.
Yes, 9. So we're
for
getting
goats.
closer, but not quite to the end of the day. Judge has pulled Hope Vernier, Alec Baca, and Katie Ward's goats out as our top end of the class. These goats all weighing between 93 and 97 pounds. Two of those heavier lambs.
Goats.
Hope Vernier, yeah, giraffes. Katie's is the heaviest of the class, edging out Hope's by a pound. There's actually a series of 96-pound goats.
You know, when you get 7 big old hippopotamuses like this in the ring, it's not. It really becomes an issue of like structure in the goats, less so than like muscle. I don't know what I'm talking about, but yes, I was just trying to make a zoo joke. Now, with the way the goats are lined up at the moment, we can't quite get the perfect view of the top 3, just because they're all right in front of the camera. But we got Hope Vernier, Alec Baca, and Katie Ward have been sorted apart from the rest.
Judge want another look. It's Paisley San Roman, Destiny Archuleta's Michael Archuleta, and this young man here. I don't believe I know him.
Connor McGraw.
Connor McGraw. Actually, I know him secondhand. He assisted Brock Brunelli broadcasting some basketball games this past broadcast year.
Oh, very nice.
So he earned a little money from the Saddle Rock Sports Network. And folks, that's why we do what we do. One of the reasons is to help provide a little part-time job for a bunch of these area junior high and high school students. Give them the technical skills of operating all the broadcast equipment. And then, if they are feeling so inclined, we encourage them to get on the microphone to work on that public speaking confidence, presentation skills. It's a whole lot of fun what we do here on the Saddle Rock Sports Network. So appreciate everyone that has sponsored us in one way or another. Maybe a financial sponsor, maybe as simply as assisting us by just subscribing and to the channel, liking us, liking the video, and following us and liking us on Facebook. That helps us grow bit by bit. Michael Archuleta pulled out next, potentially in the number 4 spot. Destiny Archuleta there, right side of the screen. Also a member of our Saddle Rock Sports Network broadcast crew. Student at Branson High School. Took our media class and was very involved in helping broadcast a lot of basketball this past spring and winter.
From the side, there's a top trio in terms of presence and balance and structure. But I'll talk to the young lady here and the young lady on the far end here. I'll tell the placing after. This one right here, that's a powerhouse. That one's super stout. That's robust, the center part of his body. That's a rugged weather. It offers the most width and shape over his rack and loin. And by far, that's the freshest handling weather I felt all day. Now, don't get me wrong, because your weather's ultra good in terms of handle quality and width and spread up high. You step in behind them. That's a wide pin, wide gauge weather. It's got a lot of shape and flair to his lower leg and stifle and in motion. I actually think he has more reach and flex off of his hip and hock. It stays more structurally correct over the top side of his skeleton. But I had to keep going back to the power and stoutness and the young lady here to win the class, and you go 2. The one here in third is right here in the middle. That one's ultra balanced. That one's really pretty when he braces it, and it offers a lot of shape and width when I get my hands on him today. But when I go back and you step in behind him, kind of wants to funnel back to his pin set and taper down to the ground. The one here in fourth has some shape and some width, just doesn't have the same robust to the center part of his body. Need to add more mass to his lower leg and stifle. I like him here in fourth. In fifth, his young lady here got some shape, got some width, kind of gets round off either end of her skeleton. Want to stouten them up after ground. Here, lady here in, that'd be sixth. Super stout stout featured weather. It's got some shape and some width. When you get on top of him, he gets flat right here. Gets flat in his lower leg and stifled. You see more shape in behind his shoulder as well. The one here, that's 7. No idea, can't count. So the one right here, he just needs more shape over the top side of his skeleton. Kind of gets raw in terms of his condition. I like him last. Thank you.
All right, that's Class 7. That's going to be Hope Rainier in first place. Katie Ward in second, Alec Baca in third, Michael Archuleta in fourth. Fifth place goes to, that was Paisley San Roman. Sixth place, Destiny Archuleta, and seventh place, Connor McGraw.
For Class 7, fourth place goes to Michael Archuleta. Third goes to Alec Baca. Second to Katie Ward. And your Class 7 winners, Hope Vernier. For Class 8, we have Coy Foster, Alexis Malaspini, Alexis Winford, Regan Mosman, and Charlie Waite. Class 9 should be getting ready. Alexis Winford, Ty Wilson, and Charlie Waite.
Here comes Class 8 of 9. All these lambs weighing in between 104 and 108 pounds.
Yes, sir, these silverback gorillas come marching into the ring with command and prowess. I wasn't going to catch you, but you did say lambs again. But
I said lambs again.
you sure did.
Hence the silverback gorillas. All right.
Yes. Yeah, there's only so much one can do to keep themselves entertained while watching goats walk in a circle. Now, now this is coming from a person who doesn't understand anything about livestock judging, and I appreciate what everyone has done here. I just have, yes, I've just seen lots of goats this afternoon.
Well, it's a fascinating thing to watch these judges and these exhibitors. It would be fun, I think, and very interesting to try to broadcast a larger show just with, with more competitors and see how they work and see how the judges operate when you got 20 goats in a class or you have to get through 15 classes in a day. You got to have a system. Something's got to catch your eye. Charlie Waite's goat here has obviously caught the eye of the judge. I think he pulled her out as one of the top ends in this class. Well, just noticing patterns here, Brody. Everything, all the exhibitors selected thus far to be in the grand drive, their last name finishes with a V or starts with a V or a W.
Ooh, I see.
Wow. So Charlie Waite, Lexi Winford. A couple V's and W's here in this class. A couple W's.
There's lots of opportunity here. Might be placed pretty quick here. But I appreciate that this judge has a good initial estimate, and then he goes in, or an initial estimate as far as places go, and it looks like he goes in making sure you double check in, seeing if there's any hidden qualities that are not so easy to spot. It's all very cool to see his process.
Hidden qualities? Like a skills competition?
Yeah, like, you never know what a goat may have up its sleeve.
What if we did have some kind of performance element where they had to jump through a ring of fire or something?
Ooh, I would pay to see that. I mean,
or tap dance out a certain rhythm,
Right. I mean, you see those dog shows where they have to, like, weave in between poles and go over bridges. I feel like there's got to be a goat equivalent for such things.
Absolutely there should be.
Yeah. Maybe goat
The
high
Red Rocks
diving.
4-H Club does still have some hot dogs and hamburgers available, so if any of you are still hungry, they are located in the back corner.
I feel like goat javelin throwing would make a good addition to
The northeast
these
corner.
competitions.
Or it could be, goats are known for their ability to knock down weeds. You could have a little patch of clover or, just some yard grass and see how quickly can they annihilate it.
That's true. Ooh, looks like Coy Foster's the first to be separated from the bunch this time around.
We may have broken the VW pattern here.
Oh, boy.
Coy Foster separated. Lexi Winford, the next one to be singled out.
I mean, it's got to be something with the blue shirts, though. Coy Foster and Lexi Winford both rocking the blue stripes.
You know, we're not judging. We are just noticing patterns here.
This is true. And all of the goats that have been selected so far have 4 feet. So
most of them have tails too. You know,
they have tails. That's
yes.
true. That's true. Just about all of them are Boer goats, which is just kind of the breed, but that is just how show goats work.
See, Regan Mosman.
I don't know.
Alexis Malasfini, and then Charlie Waite.
Maybe the judge is switching up his pattern of selecting. You never know. Maybe those goats had something hidden up their sleeves that he didn't see on the first go-round.
You know, he did pull Charlie Waite first, very thing, and now looks to be sitting in 5th. Interesting variation from his pattern.
This is true. Maybe there wasn't as much on that goat's sleeve.
Taking one last look between his top 2 goats of the class, Coy Foster, Lexi Winford. Now, like in the last couple of classes, he hasn't necessarily stood them in the order that he picks them.
That's true.
Keeps the crowd on its toes, builds suspense and drama. I think they teach you that in judging class.
Yeah, never place them the same way twice. Well, I mean, you always pick the best first, but never let the crowd know what you're thinking. See, in my days of FFA, I never did livestock judging. I did meats judging, so I could tell you more about these animals once they're processed, but at this stage in the game, I'm clueless.
You know, it's a very interesting thing, you know, getting into livestock judging, you know, many colleges, smaller colleges
really
as well.
Close, and they have
I'll hold that thought here for a second.
In terms of shape and width, but to me, the young ladies here handles more fresh over his rack and loin. It's a bolder body, more proportional weather. This gives me a better look all from the side. But don't get me wrong, you're a powerhouse. You got a bunch of meat animal shape over your rack and loin. Ultra robust, who's sitting part of his body, but from the side. Like to stouten him up, kind of get more square out of his hip and hock. I like him second. The young lady here in 3rd, she's got a lot of shape. She's got a lot of width. She's cracked open to the base of her skeleton. But for me, she's got some extra condition over her rack and loin. Get in behind her, kind of gets plain, kind of gets too much condition for me. The lady here will be 4th, really over-conditioned weather, but offers some shape and width and dimension and ultra stout weather. Well, here in 4th, she's just ultra raw. When you get your hands on them, doesn't offer the same amount of width and dimension. I like them less. Thank y'all.
And that'll do it for class number 8. First place goes to Lexi Winford. Second place to Coy Foster. 3rd to Regan Mosman. 4th is Alexis Malaspini. And 5th is Charlie Waite.
You know, and the VW pattern continues, and it will continue because guess what? All the last names in the next class, they're all W's.
Oh, my goodness. There's
Man,
gotta be
this
something
is
to this.
exciting stuff here, folks.
Yes, our 9th and final class of the market goats is Lexi Winford, Ty Wilson, and Charlie Waite. So the W last names could be considered
For class
getting
8,
W's.
in 5th place is Alexis
I like it.
Malaspini. In 4th place, Charlie Waite. 3rd place, Regan Mosman. 2nd place, Coy Foster. And 1st place, Lexi Winford. For class 9, we have Lexi Winford, Ty Wilson, and Charlie Waite. And next we'll have the grand drive, and the
All
judge
right, you'll
would like
see
the
one
first
of our.
and
Don't really have
second
time to
place
run our
goats from each
commercials
class.
between these classes. They're 30-second long commercials, and they're running it here about 15 seconds. They are moving and grooving as quickly as they can here. As the day gets warmer, that's always good to try to keep the animals cool. You know, goats fare a little bit better than, especially we'll see the swine tomorrow morning. But if you can get her done in the cool of the day, all the more better. So we got Lexi Winford, Ty Wilson, and Charlie Waite, the heavyweights. 111, 113, and Charlie's with the biggest goat of the sale, 116.
The average weight would you say that's the average weight of a freshman?
A skinny freshman.
A skinny freshman.
Skinny freshman. Maybe freshman dudes. I guess some freshman girls might be less than that. You know.
Right. But average.
Average, I'd say, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll work.
I don't know. I struggle to have interesting things to say about goats after a while.
I think it's always interesting as well as we look at these classes where you can show as many animals as you want here at the fair. There might be a top-end number, but we've seen some competitors show 2, 3. I think one has even shown 4 animals of the same species thus far. So you really kind of have to finish one class, hustle, get in line. Somebody's already there holding your goat, ready to get in the ring. It really is a family, community, group of friends effort to pull off show day. Maybe we'll get some behind-the-scenes footage of all the prep work going on. That could be kind of cool.
That could be cool.
Get some stuff for the steer and cattle showmen later on this afternoon. I know that preparation is just a little bit intense. Lots
Very
to
true.
happen.
You know, it would have been cool as people were getting their goats ready for the show today, as everyone was washing their goats or blowing them out or doing whatever. None of the goats seemed to be enjoying the process. There was just lots of
I think
noise,
the one
lots
that
of
comes out
bawling.
here and won, I think he handled it pretty well. I mean, that one wins, and in my terms, pretty easily. That one's super fresh to the touch. That one's ultra attractive. He's got enough stoutness to feature, and still, he's ultra cracked open at the base of his chest. Allows to apply more muscle over the top side of his skeleton. He wins it for me. Now, it kind of gets dicey here in 2 and 3, but I like the stout. Masculine feet, or stout, mugged. Stout, masculine featured weather here in 3. Yeah, he's super cracked open at the base of his chest. Ultra powerful from behind, but for me, he gets ultra over condition, over his rack and loin. Kind of still to the touch. That's why I think it's close between 3 here. He got some shape up high, but that one just too loose in terms of his skin. He's not very good in his hide. I just need more shape and freshness over his top side of his skeleton for me to move him up today. That's why you're 3rd.
All right, that'll do it for our last class of market goats. First place goes to Lexi Winford. I believe second place is Ty Wilson, and third is Charlie Waite.
Actually, I don't think so. I think it was Charlie Waite was, although we're lined up that way, I think he actually had Charlie Waite's in second.
Okay.
And Ty's in third. All right, coming up next, we're going to crown the champ,
In Class
folks.
9, third place is Charlie Waite, second place Ty Wilson,
No, I was right.
and first place Lexi Winford. Coming in for the grand drive, we would like first and second from each class. In Class 1, first place Chase Winter. Charlie Waite was second in Class 9, not third. In Class 1, first place Chase Winter, second Ty Wilson. Class 2, first Cooper Winter, second Skylar Winter. First place Hope Vernier, second place Torrance San Roman. First place Jolie Ward, second place Brayley Foster. First place Holly Ward, second place Sorrel Mosman. In Class 6, first place Hope Vernier, second place Sorrel Mosman. In Class 7, first place Hope Vernier, and second place Katie Ward. In Class 8, first place Lexi Winford, and second place Coy Foster. In Class 9, first place Lexi Winford, and second place Charlie Waite. If CynMar LLC and Ty and Jennifer Winter would like to come to present the Grand Champion and Reserve Grand Champion buckles, please come to the table.
And here we go, folks. Here in the ring at the moment is your grand drive of market goats. All first places for one reason or another. The cream of the crop this year.
Just a
Los Angeles
reminder
County
that
Fair.
all of the paperwork you need to fill out for the sale is located in the expo center at the picnic table. If you are planning to sell your animal on Saturday, those need to be done as soon as possible. Also, please don't forget to take your official fair picture with the blue curtain before you put your animals away.
Oh.
All righty, ladies and gents, as we said, it's a matter of the V's and W's. Going for the ultimate W here today. Hope Vernier has 3 goats here in the ring in the championship drive. Statistically, she's sitting pretty.
So every year,
Lexi
for the past
Winford
couple
herself
years,
has
the
2.
Wilkinson family, Bill and Nancy,
The Ward sisters,
and
Holly
all
and
the
Jolie,
Daryl and
both
Louise
in the
have been putting
ring,
together
and
some money
the Winter
for the
brothers,
Purple
Chase
Rain
and Cooper.
Award. And it's for the Grand and Reserve Champion of each of the species, the market species. And so the Grand Champion gets $500, and the $250 goes to the Reserve. And this might sound weird coming from me, but I didn't donate any money, so I'd just like to thank them for their generosity for these students, and congratulations to all you kids and your hard work. So congratulations.
So 9 goats here in the ring at this point in time. Our heavyweights in the back row. The lighter 6 up in the front.
You know, I think it's a little funny seeing Chase Winter's 57-pounder up against Lexi Winford's. It's the one being held by Jace Rogers, but 111 pounds is the weight of that goat. So
nearly
minor
doubled.
Rather close.
3 pounds shy of doubling the weight. Here they come. Judge wants to watch them move. Look at the coloring here on Hope Vernier's goat that just came across your screen. It's got a real light brown color around its head and shoulders. I've never seen that before. That's kind of unique.
It's been a great day out here today in Trinidad, Colorado. I drove 7 hours to come out here and judge sheep and goat, and I didn't know how good the quality was going to be coming from Texas all the way up here to Colorado, and I'm actually impressed. And there's a lot of high-quality goats up in the Grand Drive that I'd love to see come down to a Texas major and compete, and I think they all have a chance. This is really high-quality show. Great people, great animals, great showmen. Just want to say thank you all for having me out. Hope I can do this again one day. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know if I did a good job or not, but hopefully I did. Thank y'all. But I'm going to go out here, select your grand champion, and then find a reserve.
All right, Judge didn't take a lot of time. You'll see that a lot of times. Judge has had the chance to really look all day. He's seen these goats before, may have seen them once already, in addition, in the showmanship class. It's kind of a strategic thing. If you've got a good-looking, eye-popping animal, you want to get it in front of the judge's eyeballs as much as possible. So even if you don't necessarily, you're not in it to win it as a showman, you want that first impression to be seared into the judge's mind. Trying to add drama here.
Oh, yes. Doing a fantastic job.
Really, the judge really given no signs. He's not revealing his calls as to his favorite. I guarantee you this, it's going to be either a V or a W. Making his way towards the heavies. Hope Vernier. She's the grand champ this morning, folks. She won the goat show. Well, she won the lamb show earlier on, and now she has won the goat show. Now they will go pull in the second place animal from that class. That was the third heavy class. I believe that should be a Katie Ward goat. Here comes Katie. Entering in the ring now. She placed second in class number 7. Judge had some very nice things to say about Katie's goat the first time through. I think she has a good chance of hanging with these first place finishers. We'll have to talk to Hope
You bring that
later.
second back out.
Oh, here we
It's
go.
not deterred from the quality at all out here. And I actually think it rivals one or two other ones in here that have a really good shot at getting reserve. In my mind, the longer I sit here and think about it, the second place would be reserve champion.
So Katie Ward's goat in class 7 ends up with reserve champion. Well, that concludes the market
Congratulations to our grand and reserve
show.
market
We're going to
goats.
keep the camera
Our
here
grand
for our
champion
presentation
market goat goes to
of
Hope
belt
Vernier.
buckles and placards.
This year the buckle was donated by CynMar LLC.
CynMar LLC donated the championship buckle. We appreciate what they've done. They also donated the championship buckle for, was it the goats? Was it the market lambs?
I believe they did the dairy goat.
Was it the dairy goat as well?
I
They're
think
also broadcast sponsors of ours. Really appreciate Mark and Cindy Henry of the Honey area. Their business, CynMar,
Also,
not only sprays for
congratulations
weeds,
to our
but
reserve
also
grand
can
champion
consult
market
you
goat, Miss
on
Katie
improving
Ward.
the
This year's buckle was donated by
health
Ty
of
and
your
Jennifer
pasture,
Winter.
of your lawn. Give them a call. You'll like their services. All right, folks. I'm sure we'll have some breeding shows here momentarily. I see some goats lined up. Let's take a minute and hear from CynMar Land and Lawn Care.
CynMar Land and Lawn Care provides proven and professional solutions for residential, commercial, industrial, governmental, and agricultural companies located in Colorado and Kansas. We provide top-notch services at affordable prices. You'll get skilled, trained technicians, not kids' day laborers or unskilled spare-timers. We also offer total weed control for alleys, driveways, fence lines, and more, plus noxious weed control. Give us a call today at 719-680-2651 or visit CynMarLandCare.com.
Born Pretty Jewelry Company is owned and operated by J.C. Sumter. J.C. established Born Pretty in 2021 and began selling handcrafted Native American-made jewelry, mostly turquoise and sterling silver, through her online store. Since then, Born Pretty jewelry pieces have made their way to 35 states. J.C. sources all of her jewelry from reservations in New Mexico and Arizona and guarantees authenticity. Contact Born Pretty Jewelry or shop online at bornprettyjewelry.shop to find your next authentic piece.
Charlie Waite needs to be getting ready.
All right, folks, here we go. This is your beginning of our goat breeding contest. This class here is does born in 2022. Looks like we have
in the front, so from right to left, we have Kira Bell Terry, we have Ty Wilson, Chase Winter, Charlie Waite, and Sorrel Mosman.
Now, I think it'd be really fun if somebody brought in a buck goat that was about the same size of that ram we saw earlier today. About 30 pounds, just an armful of cute.
That could be a lot of fun.
I always think it's interesting here that although personally I never got into it in terms of showing breeding animals, you know, my son Will, your brother there, Brody, got into showing breeding cattle quite a bit. He was in the Futurity Project, and I thought that was really interesting because it really focuses on the long-term qualities of the animal, not just the what kind of carcass will your animal yield in terms of meat production, but in terms of building a herd and being a good, you know, multiple year project. It's really neat to see what the breeding projects can teach these young showmen. Well, just after 1 o'clock here, day's starting to warm up just a smidge.
I'm not sure what you mean by starting. It's been warm for a little while.
Brody mentioned off the mic, maybe you heard him in the background, there is a amazing looking snow cone truck here at the fair.
That is factual.
That we may have to give a little business to here after this goat show. Judge here talking to Sorrel Mosman, asking some questions. Charlie Waite's turn. Maybe they're talking about snow cone flavors.
You never know. How many snow cones could your goat eat in a minute?
If your goat was to pick a snow cone flavor right now, what flavor would your goat go for?
Ooh, valuable questions.
What a good way to start out breeding does, and there's one here that just surfaces at the top immediately in terms of skin and hair, freshness, and build design. That's a bold body, easy fleshing female that's also cracked open when you step in behind her, and there's no doubt. I think that one's got a lot of weather-making potential in my mind. She wins it for me. Now here in 2, that's an ultra bold body, easy fleshing female, offers a lot of width and dimension from behind. That's a stout-headed female. Just want to see her more stouter feature from the ground up. Need to add more bone to her. Coming in 3rd, it's the young man on the end. That one's super bold body, super functional when set in motion. Offers some width and dimension from behind. And don't get me wrong, she gets outpowered in this class, but still an ultra good female to go 3rd. Here in 4th, it's this young lady here. She's a frailer featured female, but she's ultra robust to the center part of her body. Ultra easy fleshing, offers some width and dimension from behind. And like I told the young man here, it's just a flatter made, an air constructed female, kind of wants to taper down to the ground. I like her 4th. Thank y'all.
All right, that'll do it for our first class of breeding ewes. First place went to Sorrel Mosman. Second place was Charlie Waite. I believe 3rd place went to Chase Winter. And then after that, it was Kira Belterry, and then Ty Wilson. I apologize if I got 4th and 5th confused, but that was it.
Yeah, it is a little tricky. Our judge doesn't always line them up in order. He likes to keep us guessing here.
Very true, very true.
Well, our next 2 classes on my inside baseball information here only have 1 animal per class. Looks like we have 1 in the yearling does born in 2021 and 1 in the bucks born in 2022.
Your junior
class.
does born in 2022. 5th place goes to Ty Wilson. 4th, Kira Belterry. 3rd, Chase Winter. 2nd, Charlie Waite. And your junior doe born in 2022 class winner is Sorrel Mosman. Coming in now should be the yearling doe born in 2021. Charlie Waite.
Charlie Waite coming on in.
Following this will be our breeding grand drive. 1st and 2nd from class 1. And then Charlie Waite's 1 in this one. Please come back.
This is a single entry here. This is actually a good female in terms of structural correctness. She reaches her step rather nicely. It's a bold body female. It's got some weather making potential. You step in behind her. She's ultra robust in the center part of her body and offers plenty of width and dimension from behind. She wins the class.
Appreciate the judge just kind of getting after it and really talking about some of the attributes of Charlie's goat. Is you looking nice? Here comes the last one. Wait. Oh, Sorrel Mosman's bringing in her winning young ewe. Also on our spreadsheet here, it says Hope Vernier has a ram to enter, but I see her back still in the picture area. So it looks like it's going to be just these 2 here, Brody.
Now, I believe I just want to make a correction to our terminology here. I think I realized, so ewes and rams are terms you apply to sheep. In goats, it's bucks and
so
does.
I should have said does and not ewes here.
I said ewes as well. So, but goats are bucks and does. So
you are. I stand corrected. Really,
not you are,
for
Doe
Brandon
are.
Reserve Drive. Actually,
No,
think
that was
the one on
bottom
the
of the
right
barrel,
is
I'm
gonna be
sorry.
your champion. That's the more moderate framed, easier fleshing female that offers more width and dimension from behind and from the side. That's the smoothest made, best balanced female. Then when you set in the motion, that's the most reach and flex off either end. She's your champion today. And don't get me wrong, the reserve champion. To me, that's a weather damn doe. That's a super stout featured female that's ultra powerful in terms of width and dimension. Just today gets outpowered from a look standpoint from the side as Bill Reserve.
All right, that'll do it for our breeding doe competition, I believe, as Charlie Waite takes the grand and Sorrel Mosman takes second place. A reserve grand, excuse me.
Congratulations to our breeding market goat grand champion, Miss Charlie Waite. This year's buckle was donated by Dale and Samantha Yoakum. Also, congratulations to our reserve grand champion breeding goat, Miss Sorrel Mosman.
All right, ladies and gents, this is going to wrap up our morning broadcasts. We appreciate you joining us for the Sheep Show and the Goat Show here at the 2024 Los Animas County Fair. We will be back at 5 o'clock this evening for the Beef Show. There are 14 entrants in the market beef as well as some breeding projects. Should be a lot of fun to watch the big animals come out to play. Brody, any closing thoughts?
Not a whole lot. It's been a fun day of broadcasting.
All righty. Well, on behalf of Brody, my name is Brad. We're here with the Saddle Rock Sports Network. It's been fun. We'll see you at 5 o'clock for